Hey guys, Nick Seacrest over here at Wood Cycle Country. Just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in to Woods After Hours. So tonight's topic, we're going to talk about the Wood Sponsored Rider Program. Created this about 6 years ago with Joe Silvernail and Bobby Davies, one of our first riders for the program. So as far as tonight, we have a few of our sponsored riders here with us. We got Damian, Chris, we got Robles, and then we have Marquis. So
Mr. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
I was the first one, Damian. Just remember, number one.
Damian, tell me what you ride, man.
So I ride the dopest R1 in the state of Texas. If you haven't heard it, you've definitely seen it.
You instruct too with 316, correct?
Yeah, I've been instructing with 316 since its inception back in, I think, 2018.
Hell yeah.
Started out with the Texas Motorcycle Academy out in Harris Hill. Me, Marquis, a couple of other guys, we did the How We Roll class, and then we got pulled to the side by a couple of friends. Things were starting to look a little dark for Harris Hill as far as the motorcycle program was concerned, and then we got together and we started 316, and we've been rolling ever since.
There's a lot of similarities with the Harris Hill This Is How We Roll program and 316, correct?
Yeah. So with the way How We Roll and 316 are related, since 316 came from a lot of the coaches from How We Roll, we actually just adopted a lot of that, the safety rules, the be kind to each other, and just all around general track riding, because there's other organizations that just want you to get out there and ride. But with How We Roll, we want you to be safe, and we want you to also have fun at the same time, and make sure that you get home with more knowledge and skill than what you came to the track with.
Oh yeah. I think was it Kier, right? Was one of the I knew I was gonna catch you on that one. You said nice, right? Kier is Kier was one of my instructors a long time ago. Started off with me and kind of showed me the ropes as much as he could. Definitely.
Yeah, he was one of the OGs, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, his presence. He's a character. He's definitely missed off the track and on the track. He brought a lot of knowledge. He also was one of the ones that pushed a lot of the fast people to get faster. So,
all I can remember is that birthday beatdown they had lunchtime about with at Harris Hill.
Oh, yeah, Mr. I ain't never been on a track, but I can go faster than everybody else, including the track record holder.
Oh, yeah. Chris, tell us about what you ride and shoot. Man, when you were on that R3, right, for a while?
Yeah. So I currently ride an FZ07, not an MT07, an FZ07.
Okay.
I rode an R3 out there for a long time, man. I've been a member of Harris Hill since 2016, I think. I currently hold the record at Harris Hill on an R3. It has been smashed, but as long as my name's on that wall, damn it, I'm going to say I still own that record.
Hell yeah.
I know Craig hates you chasing the number, but my name's on that board, so I'm going to say it's still mine. But yeah, I absolutely love the hill, and I love everybody out there, and that's how I met everybody here. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, actually everybody. And
you gave some pointers to Robles the other day, right? A few weeks back.
I try to give pointers to everybody, and yeah, Robles, and I've learned from everybody here. That's where I met you. I remember messing around with you, and man, you have come miles from the first day I met you, miles and miles, and now I got to try to keep up with you.
It's fun to watch you.
Not even.
And,
see that?
I'm the turtle of the group. Nah. Green like turtle. Green like turtle.
Yeah, go with that. You say that, but you're a blast to watch and chase and try to keep up with and try to pass. So, yeah, man. I absolutely love the hill and the family out there, and man, I miss them when I'm not there.
Hell yeah. Robles, what you riding?
I'm on a 2017 ZX-10R. I've been riding the hill for about a year and a half now. New member of Wood Cycle Country sponsored riders.
Hell yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I've been a sponge out there. I've been trying to take in every little thing I can. Chris has been helping me a lot. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Shalik, Marquis. Everybody out there has been amazing. Craig runs the program out there. He's been amazing with information. I can't get enough from everybody over there. It's like a whole nother family for me. I came from the street. I got a lot of experience on the street that I brought to the track, and it definitely humbled me getting out there. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Two different worlds.
Oh
man.
yeah, definitely.
He's grown the most in such a short period of time.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing him like from the beginning till now, it's amazing. I
So
like
since
it.
you still ride the street, like, what do you think about as far as like when you are on the track all day, making that transition to go back to the public roads on a big leader bike? How does that?
Honestly, I'm very adamant about trying to get more people out there because of what I personally experienced from it, what I took from it. I like to think I was a very cautious rider even on the street. I mean, I do a lot of things, little outlandish things, crazy things. You know, all of us like to go fast and do crazy stuff. But
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Speed limit. I got my
Don't
music
plead the
playing in my
fifth
car.
I like to do the crazy stuff and be on the safe side as much as I can. As crazy as that in itself sounds, but
I've heard him talk a lot at bike nights about going to the hill and bringing people out there. A lot of his friends. Yeah.
I have love for big leader bikes. That's my thing. I have, you know, a stock of 7 in the garage. I ride all
You got
sorts of
7 motorcycles?
7 motorcycles.
That's rough. Isn't it?
I'm a very big ZX10 fanatic. I
You got
own
7 ZX10s?
4. I only got 4 ZX10s.
Oh, only 4.
Only 4 ZX10s. Sorry.
You know that's what
No
is it?
big deal. No big deal.
6 million ways to die. Choose one. It's like 4 ways to die. Choose
I
one.
mean, I have them all set up for different things, and
That's right.
that's where I'm at. I started it all out in the racing part in the drag racing scene, and honestly, that's where I met Shalik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
I wish he was here tonight so they could talk back and forth. No.
in on that in itself right
Yeah,
now, just because me and him used to go back and forth on the drag strip, and that's where I would shine was on the drag strip, and then I went out there, and it's like, oh, I didn't know what I was getting into. You know, I went with an open mind. I knew I was going to humble myself out there, but yeah, seeing Shalik out there while I was out there at the same time, and I'm like, wow, well, I guess that's what fast is, because that's not me.
Well, you know, we tell a lot of people that, you know, if we can get you to the track, like something like Harris Hill,
Mhm.
we could take a street person in one day and make them a much safer, smarter than ever. In one day on the track
Mhm.
with the right instructor, we can make you a much better, safer, smarter street rider than you could ever think of.
Hell yeah.
You know, and then when you come back, your respect on the street is so much different.
We're definitely going to go back to that whole instructing deal because that's going to be the next topic we're going to talk about here in a second. Let's go, Marquis. What are you riding? No, you ride feed
which
bikes,
one?
right? Yeah, right. Yeah, I was just about to say. I always
same
see them
problem I
different
do.
colors, like half the time.
Well, I have 9 bikes.
Do they all run?
No.
Damn. Chris with the.
We got one, and everyone's like the sun.
I gotta
Yamaha,
give it-
baby.
I gotta
Yamaha.
give it- I love it.
We in there.
I have 2 that's running.
I love my
and
man.
1 is in the almost running. But I had for the street, mostly I ride my Multistrada.
Okay.
I've
And he
taken
tracks that thing too.
it
Oh,
off
I
track, and
He's blowing my doors off with that bike when I was on my ZX6. I swear to God. With bags on it.
It's
He had his
ridiculous.
bags. Went to Harris Hill and
yeah,
just,
I was just
Yeah.
going to say that.
Yeah,
One of
exactly.
the owners like, you should bring that thing with the bags on it. And I'm like, yeah,
Say
joking.
less.
He's like, no, I'm serious. So one day I got out there, and Jason was out there, Jason Ferris.
oh, he got some pictures of you or what?
No, he took a video of me coming
Oh,
around
nice.
and dragging me with full bags.
That's funny.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
badass.
you know what? You know what? It's the worst thing when you are coaching and you see coach
Yes.
or like students and be like, "Man, my coach, he's got that multi. I don't want to be with him. He's gonna be slow." And then they get out there. I'm just sitting there looking at them like,
Yeah.
Wait for it.
What
I'm
you
at that.
think now?
Wait for it.
Also have a Panigale 1299 I just picked up last March. I have
Hell
a
yeah.
That's beautiful.
old
That
school
thing's nice.
996 that's probably been in every Ducati shop
Mm.
in this area. I have a 999. It's sitting there waiting to be fixed. Just picked up a 749.
Oh my
I
god.
got to see what's going on with
Are you
that.
gonna make it red or are you gonna leave it yellow or black?
Silver.
Silver.
Damn, you should
Give
have
me the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And, I've been a member at Harris Hill. I'm member number 10.
He's OG.
I've
Dang.
been there. I was there when it was a dirt track before they put the pavement down.
Dang.
I think my number.
This is a
I've been
good minute
putting
ago.
8118 for the longest time, and someone was like, "That is not your number," and I was like, "It's probably like 18 or something." I don't know.
It's funny you say that. A long time ago, when they started to build that track, Harris Hill, I was coming from like SeaWorld up to New Braunfels, and I didn't put the puzzle pieces together, but Jesse Smart actually stuck his hand. I had my ex-wife on the back. We're both riding on 1604, and Jesse Smart was in one of his trucks, rolled down his window, and gave my ex-wife one of the cards to Harris Hill. Swear to God.
Really?
And I didn't know until Jesse Smart came to the dealership and we were talking, and he was like, "Yo, man, like that was me, man." I was like, "Dang,
That's hilarious.
forever back." Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, so Harris Hill's been around for a while. It's kind of where we kind of grew, right? Everybody, for the
Absolutely.
most
Yeah,
part.
Definitely.
Yeah. I remember when I first started riding, it was out in Europe, and I was going to all the most phenomenal tracks, and I would just look like an idiot, and then who knew?
Gotta
So when
start
I
somewhere.
moved here, I thought I was hot shit, and then I met this guy Carl, introduced me to Marquis. Everything I thought I knew, I was like, man, yeah, for the longest time, and it took me a while to get it together, and then yeah, man. So Marquis, he actually, I'm a mentor now, and I'm a coach, but he was my coach
Yeah.
for a good long time. The patience and
I used to call him "Can't Get Right."
yeah,
Can't get rid of it.
And that's funny because when I met Marquis, I asked him to be a teammate for us to endurance race.
Yeah.
And I was on a little bike, and he didn't know he was coaching me at the time. But I always tried to follow the fastest guy for that day, and it was usually him.
Oh yeah.
And there would be days I would be trying to hang out with him and whoever he's riding with, and I'd mess up, and hey, come here, before we really started talking, he would give me some pointers, and then I'd pass him. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not telling you to do nothing no more because now you passed me." And I'm like, "Okay." So then I always try to find whoever I was out that day,
Oh yeah.
fastest. If it was him, I'd try to follow him again because he would always stop me and say, "Hey, okay, on this turn, you're on a different bike because he's on a big bike. You're trying to take the big bike line. Here's what you do to the little bike." So he coached me without even,
Nice.
just give me little tidbits. And
Putting those puzzle
again,
pieces together
now,
is
that's
amazing.
exactly
right?
right.
Well, here's
once
a
you
cool.
start to
now
do
I'm
that.
coaching and mentoring, and
Yeah.
it started with
Here's
Marquis.
something that is like just kind of like bizarro world cool.
Yeah.
Is I've been a fan of motorcycles my whole life, and
Yeah.
then when I was in the Air Force, and I was back in Europe, my mom was like, hey, I was actually in Georgia. My mom was like, "You need to look up. You got a cousin out there, Carlos," and I was like, "Okay." She was like, "Yeah, he's in Alabama. He's a police chief." I never really bothered with the guy. So the next stage, I'm back in Europe. I ride the Nürburgring, scared as hell.
Hell.
Get off, and there's this German dude. I used to go to his club all the time,
Mhm.
and I pulled up with a CBR 900 RR. He's like, "Hey, have you ever thought about riding?" Blah 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 blah. He's talking to me, telling me I need to get off the streets and all that. He takes me to the Nürburgring, and then we go to his garage, and he lifts up of his garage, and we go in there and look at all these pictures, and I'm like, I know that guy. And he was like, "Oh yeah, Los." And I was just like, "You know him?" He was like, "Yeah, this is one of my closest friends." I'm like, "That's my oldest cousin. What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Yeah, we've been riding since the 70s and the 80s and blah, blah, blah." And then fast forward later, I come here, meet this guy, Carl. Carl introduces me to Marquis. And lo and behold, Marquis used to roll with both the German dude, Detlef, and my cousin back in Germany.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, way
hell
back
yeah.
in the 80s.
Proves a lot with the industry being so small. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you feel like family when you do start meeting other riders. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah.
The big thing also, we'll roll into the next topic. Next topic's going to be, honestly, just how we all instruct. Robles is definitely walking into that avenue too. He helped me out this last week while we were checking my ZX10 track bike that we just built. It was a cluster, but it was fun. Anyways, going on forward, Robles definitely had my back, jumped on the student, helped him out, as I had to pit out and do some other stuff to the bike, which is almost done, almost 100%, all thanks to Robles. But we'll go into instructing. So as far as like, throw something about 316 track days that you want to talk about.
So I exclusively coach the the Love to Ride class. That's taking street riders and introducing them into the track environment. It's always been kind of like a gift of mine. I thought about racing, but the culture of racing, it's so aggressive. It's really cutthroat, and I'm more of an organic and safe person. So when I got into wanting to coach the Love to Ride, it was more or less trying to keep riders safe, and whenever they leave their homes, make sure they get back home to their families and their loved ones. When I was in the military, again, I lost a couple of friends on motorcycles, and so it's always stuck with me that if I'm ever put in a position to spread the knowledge and the skills that I have, I want to make sure, I don't care how fast you are, I just want you to get home to your family. So nice. When I start, the first thing when I'm racing or I'm on the track is I tell my students, it's all about safety and having fun. Because for the most part, most of these guys, they're going to, whatever they learn on the racetrack, they're going to take that right onto the public roads. There's been a few times I've actually seen former students, and, they don't know who the hell I am. But, I'll be cruising around the street, and I'll see them downtown San Antonio or 1604, and I'm just like, Jesus, Lord, have mercy.
Little 281 action, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
Everybody knows what's up.
If you have been to 316 and you were on 281 last Saturday, I saw you early morning. I saw that group of y'all. Y'all need to chill.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. I saw y'all. So that's kind of been my thing when it comes to coaching is just, be safe, have fun, because, motorcycle racing, it's an ego-driven sport. I mean,
testosterone.
We are, yeah.
You and Marquis both have been with 316 probably the longest.
Since the beginning. We've never missed a single one.
Okay.
Wow.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made it.
That's cool. That's a lot of knowledge. Marquis, you do race too, right?
Yeah, I race also.
A lot, right?
Well, I used to, but I'm getting back into it this year.
Okay.
Chris and I were on a team. We were Race for the Wounded, and we went through quite a few tracks and had a lot of fun.
A lot of seat time.
Get peeled off a bike.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I race. One of the reasons I started racing, I always wanted to race, but being in the military, if an opportunity came up, I couldn't do it because I had obligations for the military. So I was in Germany. I got actually Carl. He worked at a shop, and the guy said he was responsible for the R6 Cup.
Oh,
and I wanted to do that so bad. And the guy that we knew that was on it, he sucked, and I could beat him on my stock ZX6R. And he was talking about how fast he was, and we got out there, and he's got whatever they could do with their bikes. Yeah, he's got it tuned up and stuff. I want a bone stock Kawasaki ZX6R, and I'm
Cowie power, baby.
Big up to all the stock racers out there. If you roll it and you're kicking butts on a stock bike,
Robles is gonna like that one.
Yeah. So my first track day was Hockenheim, Germany, open track in 1994.
Oh, so that was when they still they didn't cut off the
they had the infield. They wouldn't do the big part through the woods.
Yeah, I think they reopened that, but then they cut that part of the infield.
Yeah,
to make it so when you go directly, it's like two turns, and then you go to the Schumacher curve.
Yeah. So, and I've been riding since '76.
I was one.
I was 50 now, just so you know. I was a star in the universe.
I started when I was 9. So when I go when I'm coaching, I said I've been riding longer than most of y'all have been alive.
Well, then definitely two of them.
If y'all don't know, the Woods, the next bike night, April 17th that we have going on, Marquis and Damian both are the middle of the actual advertised paper. So see those two always at 316 track days. It's pretty cool to see them ride together. They're always real close. Just their trust. Communication is amazing.
There's not many other riders that I can trust, and I know that their line is there, and I know they're not going to do nothing crazy.
So let's go to
Chris
crazy.
is one of them.
Chris and crazy.
Chris ain't crazy.
Chris is crazy.
What happened at Coda? What happened at Coda 316 after we were all done instructing? We finally get our time to have some fun.
Go ahead, Chris. So why don't you tell me your side?
I see these two fools come by.
So let me tell on my side of the story. So Chris pays attention. So Chris is very observant, and I'm pretty predictable.
He's also a hater.
I am a hater because I'm on a small bike. So
Jason out there
because of my
pictures.
body position. So you got to understand. Let me tell you a little bit about Chris. Chris is fused almost from head to toe. So Chris can't lay down like these big boys can on these really fast bikes. So I had to sit straight up to ride. So I had to try a little harder. Let's just put it that way, right? So we at Coda. And I got little fancy pants over here, who's trying to have a picture taken so he can, be all cool looking on a poster.
He's a hater.
Jason's always getting the good pictures, so Damian went out there, dragged that elbow. You know,
he likes to drop an elbow once in a while.
I like to look good.
I like to look good. He looks good, and so he's fast. Yeah. And I'm on a little bike. I'm on a little 700. That's all. He's on a nice R1.
Yo, man.
And we're coming through turn 15, and I've been following him and paying attention to what he does. And he's getting ready to set himself up because I see the camera guy. So he goes wide. He's getting all set up on the seat, getting ready to get all pretty. And he goes to tuck in, and I dive bomb the shit out of him right in the corner.
Well,
he comes to lean in. He sees me and has to stand straight up. And it was a beautiful moment.
We're gonna get that picture rolling.
I had no idea that you can hear me cursing until I replayed the video, and then you actually hear me cursing at Chris. I mean, 100-something miles an hour, and I'm sitting there cursing like, God dang it, get out of my way.
Oh, it was beautiful. I was very happy about that.
I was setting it. Ooh, it was perfect
because I knew he was going to do it.
There was nobody in front of me. I timed that perfect, and it's like he just let go of the brakes and was like, "I'm going for it."
When you ride with the people you're always riding with in the same groups, you know what everybody's going to do, and then like Chris said, he sat back, watched them do a few things. You can do stuff like that. Have fun with each other. The biggest thing of when we do teach, like the unsafe parts, you know what I mean, and the unknown of what your bike's going to do and all that good stuff. But definitely Chris throwing out all that good stuff. So
I don't know if you watch it in the video, there was one
we're going to get that video.
Marquis tried to do it on me, but he tried to
that's when you cheated because you put your legs out, your hands out, you put your butt out so he couldn't pass you.
Hey, that's not cheating. That's called.
Yeah.
I was like, I will be damned if you get in front of me. I was like, you're either going to take my leg off or
that was coming into turn 1.
Yeah, and I was because I knew because if you watch the video lap after lap, exactly where Marquis was braking was like he was so late, and I'm sitting there like, damn, I need some Brembo brakes on my bike and I would try it. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to blow this turn. Here we go. I'm about to crash.
Well, most everybody can brake a little later than you. That's okay.
Yeah, because everybody got Brembo.
I don't have Brembo.
No,
I got stock. I got stock brakes. I got stock brake fluid.
Yeah, but you also got 200 pounds less than I do. I got a whole lot of weight to try to slow down because I'll be sitting there just like, oh man, this is not stopping.
You know what's crazy is the biggest thing is like stopping a leader bike. Sorry, Chris.
That's okay.
Go into a little leader bike action.
That's okay.
Robles basically he goes in there hot, hammers that brake, and he's floating rotors and everything, right?
I feel like a lot of it helps, but then I see these guys, and like he says, I don't have Brembos, and I'm like, man, I got all this stuff, and I ain't doing all that, you know. So.
Shoot, I want to get behind him then. I'm gonna be like, what are you doing with them things?
Oh,
Let me
man.
see if I can pull something on Marquis.
I try to go above
I'll
and
stick
beyond
my
with
leg
everything,
out.
and Nick is a testament to that. He sees all the things carbon fiber, this,
Everything.
and I do a lot of
Tedious.
research with a lot of the things I do, and honestly, I talk to a lot of people that give me a lot of information on things I can do, especially on the ZX10 platform.
Oh,
Shalik's helped a lot with that. Again, shout out to Shalik. Numbers and doing this.
Next one, we gotta have Shalik out here.
Oh, yeah,
It's
for sure.
gonna be good.
And I help him out a lot. It's a back and forth thing. That's what I love about the whole community. With all that. You know,
Oh, yeah.
It's always I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I've never had anybody, negative feelings or anything like that.
Once you're in the industry and the community, it's real tight. It might be small, but it's
Everybody
definitely
always
tight.
wants to help.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just what they want to do.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Because
3%
we all want
of
to
the
be better,
world's
safer
ride-
riders. So,
Yeah.
if everybody helps, then we all are better around each other when we're on the track too.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the whole goal.
Especially
we don't want to be
Harris,
around idiots.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
And there's
Especially
sometimes.
Harris
Hey!
Hey, let's get the
Yeah.
video going.
Okay,
B.
so just saying, we were on audio the whole time. Electricity was out, and now we got electricity back. So we're gonna see what we do from here. Put this on pause. Good stuff we got so far. Hey guys, Nick Seacrest over here at Wood Cycle Country. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to the actual video. Now that we have lights, you know what I mean. Definitely pay our bills, so we're good there.
Just a little late.
It's just a little late, you know.
They use
They
PayPal.
turn them back on. See you later, Joe.
Hey, thanks for doing this after hours.
Yeah.
Anytime, man.
Woods After Hours, Joe. It's all about. All right, guys. So, gonna talk about the Wood sponsored program just a little bit more. Kind of go in depth. I know a lot of people hit me up about it, what it's about, how it helps, all that good stuff. Damian, if you want to talk about it a little bit.
So yeah, it's been a blessing. I really do appreciate Woods looking out for all the riders that are on that level up, that are on that next level. I wouldn't necessarily say like anything like financial wise, but definitely it adds a lot of credibility to the motorcycle community.
Nice.
And I've always been a fan of local businesses just doing their things, and Woods
Hell
has
yeah.
been a staple. I remember the first oil change I did on my motorcycle was actually here.
Really?
And yeah.
Dang, I didn't
You
know
remember that, don't you? When y'all got pulled over by the cops?
Oh, yeah.
Those are the best stories. That's not the best stories.
But
Video.
we got the videos to a lot
Yeah,
of
he
this.
does. But
Going into the
good
first
thing
portion,
is,
yeah.
It really does help with coaches and instructors who they want to give back to the community, and it's it's a thankless job at times because you feel that you get to put into a rider and you get to watch them develop and you get to watch them get better, and then in some cases they move on to become full-fledged racers. But it's nice that somebody gives back to us.
Yeah.
Financially, I've had a couple of hookups here and there. It's been
How about
great.
them boots you just got, bro?
Shiny boots, and y'all see these bad boys because y'all know I can't ever leave anything stock. Stock, don't helmets.
Oh yeah. By the way, Damian does a lot of our raps and stuff on basically hooking it up, little wood cycle action. You know what I mean? Throwing down on the helmets and whatnot. But
for the most part, yeah, it's just the feeling that you put into the community, and the community gives you that love back. It was never expected, but it's definitely been one of the things that I'm a cheerleader for anybody that's a cheerleader for me. So I'm definitely I ride hard for everybody that sponsored me, everyone that supported me, and all my people. You guys are not just riders, not just friends, but is a legit family, and Woods definitely takes care of all their sponsored riders.
awesome. I get to see basically see these guys ride all the time, and I've been wanting to put literally everybody at this table on this program for the longest time, and I'm glad everybody here has done that and is part of the Woods family. And I guess that's what I love so much about this is the fact that I could give to y'all and you guys have my back. I have your back. We go to the track. We ride together. We learn off of each other. Right now, I'm going to say it again. Robles has got me in his sights. Like, it is rowdy.
Awesome.
We go to the track. I'm telling you, no, I literally, like, I was clogging him up like this other last time. It was bad. Anyways, and then Chris, too, kind of going on with putting him on the team. Definitely wanted to put him on it for a good minute there. And, yeah, Chris, tell us a little bit about you being a rider.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. You know, besides just being recognized and being invited to be in part of this club that I think is pretty awesome, you know, and as a family organization, and then you seeing something in me to be a part of this is pretty awesome. Especially, you know, this is a young man's. People always think this is a young man's thing, and it is because you see these young kids that are kicking our ass. Yet, you know, damn it, but you know, I'm old and broken, and yet here I am.
When you blew my doors off the first time at Harris Hill on your 300,
It's unreal.
I was
Chris
like
it's a
I
young
thought I
man's
was going.
game, man.
Yeah,
Chill out,
you know.
I thought I was moving. I was like, hell yeah, I'm 25. Like, nah, Chris come
Chris
around
is
the inside
Probably
of
the
me.
only person that you can see that you know on the track, he is smiling his ass off.
Yeah,
the whole time.
A helmet on, black visor, but you know,
I'm having fun.
just
I
the
promise.
way he's riding, you be like, oh yeah, no one's having more fun than that
Hey,
guy right
when
now.
I go to the track, I show up when the gates open and I leave after the gates close because I paid for the whole day. I'm getting my whole day's
Yes,
worth.
sir.
So,
Hell
dang.
yeah.
you know, I love being there and then to be a part of this. And, you know, now that I am an instructor and a mentor and I've been doing this for so long, there is a financial there. Some people only go to the track once in a while. And as a mentor and as an instructor, we put a lot more seat time in.
Oh, so
which
much
means
more.
we do
Tires.
we do abuse our
oil
bikes a little
change,
bit
air
more, you know.
filters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When God forbid
Oh,
somebody
the
goes down or something and we need something, by having the ability to come to you guys and you do help us out,
Oh, yeah.
because we do abuse our machines so much
Mhm.
extra. You know, I mean, look at Coda.
Oh,
316 and we're a Coda.
Yeah.
Some people, it's expensive. And
Yeah.
some people only go once. We go a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, by having you all there to help have our backs makes a big difference for us
That's
financially.
awesome.
And we can't thank that enough. And that
Oh,
just
yeah.
means a lot to us. So I appreciate it very much.
Fun fact, me and Chris both started instructing with 316 the same time at Harris Hill.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
that was honestly
It
the
was.
coolest part
It
of
was
like
cool. It was
last
cool.
year, 2023, was
It's a
just
whole
being part of
different
that
kind of
team.
level up, ain't it?
Oh,
That was
yeah.
cool to be
I was
invited
like,
to that, too.
I'm up top now over
Yeah.
here by the,
That
what was it, by up the balcony and whatnot.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
we're all
With the
chit
vest
chat and
on.
whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
Damian's
Down
up
to
there. I'm like, damn, do I get to talk to Damian, Marquis, everybody? Like, all right, cool. Let's go. So Robles, I got over here my Kawasaki sweatshirt I had to represent, you know what I'm saying, all about the Cowies.
Talk about that Yamaha.
It is getting hot, so I'm taking it off. But essentially,
I'm like,
dive. No AC for a while. So we got Robles on the team this last year, 2023. Definitely been showing some improvement on the track and everything. Tell us a little bit about your experiences.
First of all, big shout out to Wood Cycle Country. I appreciate everything y'all have ever done for me. I've always been welcome here. I always felt like family here.
Long time customer.
Y'all
I'll
have
tell you
always
that
taken
too
care
as
of me
well.
no matter what it was, and I really appreciate that. Going in on the Harris Hill and the Wood sponsored cycle stuff, it makes it a lot easier for me to have track time, you know, and like you were saying, getting there and staying there the whole time and taking advantage of all of that time. It's very beneficial for me. I take every little bit seriously, no matter what it is, any little bit of information. And another thing is, like, I'm trying to pass that on to everybody. It's not just for me personally. I try to pass that on to everybody I talk to.
That's a good feeling.
When it comes to track riding or riding on the street, any kind of racing, regardless of what it is, I try to retain it and just give it to whoever I can.
This guy's fast everywhere, like street-wise, man, bike-wise. Like, we would go to the drag strip. I remember first time I got my ZX-10 stretched, 2017.
We took it to, I know, right? We showed a few people in San Antonio what stretch bikes could do, even on the corner. So it was pretty crazy. But took it straight to the track. It was actually
I find
quite rowdy.
It's so
It's different, but
embracing to be able to do something like that. Because don't get me wrong, you see all these people on the street, like, oh, we're gonna go out there and kill it. We're gonna have a bad ride. We're gonna get it. And so I'm like, all right, well, I showed up on my stretch bike. I'm cruising today. I'm like, well, let's see what we can do. And I'm leaning this thing all the way down. Trying to turning as much as I can, and I'm still leading. I'm like, where are these guys that said they were going to be in front ahead? We all look at each other and we're like, I'm like, yo, and it's like us three up front, our normal on stretch bikes too. You definitely can push what you've learned at the track, and if even getting on a stretch bike and trying to do it, it definitely doesn't feel the same. But you're still there doing the same thing you would on the track, and you're hey, it's working for you.
Nice. We're gonna stretch my 19 ZX10. I'm gonna let you ride it. It's gonna be interesting. Now I got the track bike. Now all y'all riding.
And that's why I have so many bikes. I love every aspect of racing, no matter what it is, being on a circuit track or a drag strip or studding, any of that. I mean, me and him have dabbled very lightly in the stunning part of it. I mean, very, very lightly, I give you that. But more so we want to get into something like that.
The only thing I would want, do you have an 04, 05 ZX?
That's what I'm building right now. That's what I'm putting together.
I'll ride that. I just want to know what death is.
And it's gonna be short wheelbase. That's not something I'm gonna stretch.
What's that thing called?
The Widowmaker for a reason, And that's what wanted it. That's why I wanted it so much. That's something it drew me to. But again, it's just I'm trying to do the most I can, the safest, and I want that for everybody. I have a wide people that follow some of the things I do and want some of the things I do for other people. I have people drop off their bike and say, hey, I want you to do what you did to your bike or this guy's bike, and there's so many people that follow me that want that same thing, and WIDS is able to make that happen. I can do it at a comparable price, and not that they can't do it here. These guys are amazing here in the service department, parts department. Regardless of what it is, they can take care of you. But they just make it possible for me to pass knowledge on to younger riders like me. No pun intended, guys.
I'm sitting here but that's another young dude you need to serve on. But both of y'all.
I've seen them both.
But in an honest aspect, there's not I want to say there's not as many young riders as humble as I feel like I am. And it's dangerous,
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I love getting out there feeling like I'm going to go kill it, but it's like you can't do that and stay humble at the same time. You just can't do it. And that's what I'm trying to.
That will humble you.
Yeah, definitely. It's what I'm trying to pass on to everybody else, and hopefully they can take something from that.
It's good to have a relationship with the Lord.
Marquis, what we got as far as you being into the program now?
Well, it's like the kudos. It's one of the reasons I started racing. I'm well over the age of trying to do anything professional. I wanted the racing to go on my resume because I wanted.
That's right.
People like, oh, you race,
have it there.
They listen to you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're sponsored, they listen to you.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to. I keep forgetting, but I gotta focus on use the sponsorship. Get a few dollars every now and then. Cut off. So I'm getting ready to wear some boots like Damian.
Hell yeah.
But
man, the bad thing on my end, I swear, everything that he has asked for, I either don't have or can't get. I swear to God.
I'm like Italian people.
I'm like, man, I'm gonna have
Please, the Ducati guys here.
Blue collar around here.
He tries.
That's also why bikes stay in the shop so much. They can't get the parts for
them. Can't get the parts. Like, what part?
How many bikes you got?
That's a 101.
Taking the jab.
Yeah, Bill, every time I throw all my vendors, I'm going through everything, typing part numbers in, doing some research, and it just has not worked out yet. Well, hopefully for these next boots, but we'll go from there.
But I enjoy it. Like I said, I've been riding about 40-something years, since 76. Started when I was 9. I just like to share what I learned. And you were saying that, the street people, they're intimidated by the track because the race part in front of racetrack.
Racetrack.
And you hear so many people say, oh, I'm not ready for a racetrack. I'm like, no, you're not ready for a street.
Oh, yeah.
You're ready for the track. Because it's a controlled environment. Everybody's going the same way. Yeah. There's no cars. no guardrails, no ditches, no trees, no cops.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
You're in the proper gear.
you're
That's
wearing
the big
protective
thing is the
gear.
gear.
When you crash, there's
Oh,
emergency service.
And then there's
in
a
30 seconds.
ambulance there
Yeah.
with a medic. You know, so you're only as far as you're away from the medic is half a lap.
Yep.
No
Oh,
matter
easy.
where you are on the track.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
So it's big safety, like someone was saying earlier in the audio part, that you know, if you get hurt, their medics are right there.
Oh yeah.
And like Chris was saying, you know, you take a street rider and bring him to the track, and you can teach them so much. And I tell people, even if you go on your own, you'll learn more in that one day than you probably have the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Just from the confidence, because you know, if I can't make the turn, I can just go through the grass. You know,
Oh, yeah.
at the
Little runoff.
last,
Yeah.
you got to
yeah.
run off. You know, so it's like I tell everybody, it's like on Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, when they're on those little
Oh yeah.
scooter bikes, air bikes or whatever. When they miss the turn, they hit a tree. You know, that's what it's like going through, you know, hill country.
And when you're going
You're
at
riding
speed,
between
yeah.
trees and you're going,
Definitely.
you know, just like,
Hell
so
yeah.
I tell like, get on the track and you can learn so much about yourself and your bike.
Yeah.
And that's
Hell
why
yeah.
I stay the hell off the public roads.
Yeah.
Well,
Think about
so we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This has been awesome. Well, it's kind of funny the fact that we didn't have electricity for like the first, so we're all sweating here. We have 4 great riders here, just ready to help you out. It's amazing.
Well, thank you for
Just
having
be a
us.
part of this.
Yeah, thanks, man. We
Yeah.
appreciate
Anytime,
it.
anytime.
Thank you, Woods.
Start the
Definitely.
year off right.
Gonna do.
Woods, doing it.
Gonna do another one here pretty soon. Have a few more riders out, and bike night's coming up April 17th at Fry Height. So gonna be having some giveaways, free music, all the good stuff. Like I said, thanks for tuning in. The next one will be great for the Woods After Hours. All right.
After hours.
After hours.
Hell yeah.